Hello students, welcome back to the session of Laws of Motion, part 15. So today's topic is numerical problems on conservation of linear momentum. So in today's class, we will solve some of the numerical problems based on law of conservation of linear momentum. So now let's see the formula which comes under the conservation of linear momentum. Okay. Here, the law of conservation of linear momentum is only used as a formula. So that is total linear momentum before collision is equal to total linear momentum after collision. So based on that, we had a formula here, m1u1 plus m2u2 is equal to m1v1 plus m2v2. So this formula we will use here. So now let's see what are these data gives the meaning. Where m1 is mass of first body, m2 is mass of second body. So here u1 is initial velocity of first body before collision and u2 is also initial velocity of second body before collision. Also v1 is a final velocity of the first body after collision and v2 is a final velocity of second body after collision. So here v1 and v2 are final velocities of first and second body after collision and u1 and u2 is also initial velocities of first and second body before collision. So now let's see the problems which are very important for board exams. So before solving any of the problem, once you have to read the problem very clearly and at the same time you have to underline the important words even including the data. So if you do that, you can solve the problem very easily. So now let's read the question clearly. A railway engine of mass 5000 kg travels along a level track at 75 km per hour and collides with a wagon of mass 15,000 kg traveling in the opposite direction with a velocity of 20 km per hour. After impact, the engine is found to travel in the same direction as before with a speed of 3 km per hour. So find the speed of the wagon. So here we have to find the speed of the wagon after the collision. How does it travel anta? So whenever you get the numerical problem, you have to understand the numerical problem by drawing the rough diagram. Okay. So for a railway engine, I will draw a railway engine here. Just a rough diagram. Let us consider this is a railway. Okay, and here they had given a railway engine of mass 5000 kg. So what is the mass of the railway engine? That is 5000 kg. So I'll write here itself. This is having certain mass. What is the mass of the railway engine? 5000 kg. Okay, I have written the mass. Travels along a level track. So it is traveling in a level track. Okay, so it is traveling in a level track at a 75 km per hour. So what does it indicate? It indicates the speed. So at what speed it is traveling? It is traveling with the speed of 75 km per hour. I will tell you later, is it a initial velocity or final velocity later. And collides with a wagon of mass 15,000 kg traveling in the opposite direction. So here what they had given, this railway engine collides with the wagon. ವ್ಯಾಗನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎತ್ತಿನ ಬಂಡಿ ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೊರೆ ಬಂಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ತೊಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎತ್ತಿನ ಬಂಡಿ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಎತ್ತಿನ ಬಂಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಗನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಗನ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ collides with the engine. And what is the mass of this wagon? Mass of this wagon is 15,000 kg. Okay, so here what I will take, mass of this railway engine is m1 and mass of this wagon is m2. And what is it traveling? It is traveling with a speed of 20 km per hour. So I'll write here the speed 20 km per hour. Now you have to concentrate here that as the railway engine is traveling with a speed 75 km per hour and wagon is traveling with a 20 km per hour. So what is its velocity? This velocity is considered as initial velocity. So I'll write it as u. Okay, and velocity of this engine is taken as u1 and velocity of this wagon is taken as u2. Okay, so now we'll go to the next. what happens here, when they are moving opposite to each other, they will get collide. ಸೊ ಈ ಇಂಜಿನು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ವ್ಯಾಗನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೊಲಿಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕೊಲಿಷನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಕೊಲಿಷನ್, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ದ ಇಂಜಿನ್ and this wagon gets collided. When they get collided, this railway engine travels in the same direction only as it was traveling before. Before, the engine was traveling in the same, the engine was traveling in. So after the impact, the engine is found to travel in the same direction. After the collision, after the impact ಅಂದರೆ ಈ collision ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಮೊದಲು ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಓಕೆ, ಆಸ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಆಫ್ 3 km/h. Here you have to observe that the engine starts to travel with a velocity 3 km/h. So after the collision it is traveling right with this speed. So what is this velocity? This is the final velocity of the engine. So we write it as v1. Okay, then find the speed of the wagon. Then what happens after the collision, with which velocity this wagon will travel? That's what we have to calculate. V2 is equal to question mark. Is it clear? So whatever the rough diagram we have drawn, using this diagram we will write the data easily. So let me write it as a solution. So now I will write the given data. So what are the given data here? So I'll write the M1. M1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ mass of the engine, which is 5000 kg. Okay, M2, and what is M2? Mass of the wagon, which is 15,000 kg. Okay, now? Okay, now we will write the velocity. What is the initial velocity of this engine? That is U1, which is equal to 75 km/h. We can also write it as, now what is the velocity of the wagon with which it is traveling? U2 is equal to 20 km/h. And one more thing you have to understand, how the wagon is traveling. Wagon is traveling opposite to the engine. If the engine is traveling in this direction, opposite to that, what is traveling? Wagon. So as it is opposite in direction, we write minus. So now we will write the remaining data. That is, after impact, the engine starts to travel with a velocity, that is final velocity of the engine v1 is 3 km/h. And what is the final velocity of the wagon, which we don't know, so we have to calculate that. V2 is equal to question mark. Okay, na? So now using all this data, we have to solve the final velocity of the wagon with which it travels after the impact ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಬರೀತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್. So what is the conservation of linear momentum formula? That is, the total linear momentum before collision is equal to total linear momentum of after collision, right? So m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So now we will substitute all this data in this formula clearly. ಇವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಸಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ m1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ m2. ಮಾಸಸ್ ಎರಡರ ಮಾಸಸ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಕಿಲೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟೀಸ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ, km/h ಅಲ್ಲಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಟು SI ಯೂನಿಟ್, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? If we have not converted and written as it is, then we will get the wrong answer. Now we will substitute these values now. So m1, what is m1? I'll substitute in the place of m1 as 5000 kg. No need of writing the unit. u1, what is u1? 75 km/h. So as it is, I'll put it in a bracket, plus m2, what is m2? That is 15,000 kg. 15,000. So when you are writing, please write neatly so that you will not get any confusion. Into, what is u2? u2 is minus 20. So I'll write it minus 20 in bracket, and I'll put a square bracket, is equal to m1. Again, what is m1? 5000 into v1. V1 they had given for a engine which is 3 km/h. So I'll put bracket here, plus m2 also they had given. What is m2 of a wagon? That is 15,000 kg. v2 we have to calculate, so I'll write it as v2. Okay, now we will multiply all these terms with a proper sign. 5000 into 75 is 3,75,000 we will get after the multiplication. 3,75,000 plus 15,000 into 20 we will get minus 3 lakh is equal to 5,000 into 3 is 15,000, which we have written, plus 15,000 v2. So now we will multiply the signs and solve the step properly. Let's see what happens. 3,75,000 plus into minus is minus 3 lakh, which is equal to 15,000 plus 15,000 v2. So to make you understand clearly, I am solving each and every operation step by step. Is it clear? So now we will solve the algebraic function, that is 3,75,000 minus 3 lakh, what we will get? We will get 75,000. Okay, now, so what we will get? 75,000 after the subtraction. E 15,000 now I'll bring it to the left hand side. If you bring it to the left hand side, what it will become? Minus 15,000, as it is positive, is equal to, is left, it is 15,000 V2. Now 75,000 minus 15,000 is, what is the answer? That is 60,000, is equal to 15,000 V2. Now what I want to calculate this V2, right? So what I will do, I'll keep the V2 here itself and send this 15,000 to the denominator of 60,000. Then what we get? 60,000 divided by 15,000 is equal to V2. These three zeros cancel. 15 1 ja 50, 15 4 ja 60. Okay, therefore 4 is equal to V2. We have to write the unit properly here. So what is the unit? V2 is equal to 4. What is the unit of speed? We have mentioned in the previous data, that is kilometer per hour. So now what is V2? V2 is the velocity of the wagon after the collision. Then with this velocity, after the impact, the wagon will travel. Is it clear? This is the answer. So now we will go to the next problem. A gun of mass 3000 kg fires a shell of mass 5 kg in horizontal direction. The gun recoils at 0.4 meter per second. Calculate the velocity of the shell. So what is there? There is a gun. Okay, here what I'll take a gun. So this is the gun. Okay na? ಯಾವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ದ ಡಾಟಾಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ. ಡಾಟಾಸ್ನ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದರ ರಫ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಡಾಟಾ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಎ ಗನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಸ್ 3000 kg. ಸೊ ಗನ್ದು ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಮಾಸು? 3000 kg. ಸೊ ಐಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. M is 3000 kg. So mass of the gun we have written, and also there is one more object which is shell. So I'll write this mass is M1. Okay, and this gun fires a shell of mass 5 kg. So ಈ ಗನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಶೆಲ್ನ ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಶೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಈ ಶೆಲ್ಲು ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ? ಶೆಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ರಫ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶೆಲ್? ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆಸ್ M2 is equal to 5 kg. In horizontal direction. In horizontal direction ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ what is it happening? It is firing the shell. The gun recoils at 0.4 meter per second. Recoiling ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಇಟ್ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಫೈರಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಗನ್ ಶೆಲ್ನ ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ದಿಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಗನ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್. To that only what we say it as recoil. And what is that recoil velocity? That is 0.4 meter per second. Okay na? So here you have to understand that before firing this shell, before firing the gun as well as the shell, both of them are at rest. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಫೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಶೆಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಮೋಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮೋಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಫೈರಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆಸ್ 0, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ U1 is equal to U2 is equal to 0. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಗನ್ ಕೂಡ ರೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಕೂಡ ರೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆರ್ ಎಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ 0. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಫೈರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಫೈರ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ದ ಗನ್ ಮೂವ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ರೀಕಾಯ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ V1 is equal to 0.4 meter per second. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಶೆಲ್. ಹಾಗಂದರೆ ಫೈರಿಂಗ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಶೆಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್. V2 is equal to question mark. Is it clear? In this problem, in another way how we can write the data in case of these two bodies problem, I'll tell you. So now I'll write the data in this form here. So ಏನಂತ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಗನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೆಲ್. Mass of the gun is taken as M1, which is 3000 kg. And mass of the shell is taken as M2, which is 5 kg. Both the initial velocities of gun and shell is 0. So U1 is equal to 0, U2 is equal to 0. Next, what is the velocity? After firing, that is V1 of a gun is 0.4 meter per second and V2 of a shell is, we have to calculate. You can write the data in this form also, which makes you feel easy. So now, according to conservation of linear momentum, okay, so what is the formula of conservation of linear momentum? That is momentum before collision M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to momentum after collision M1 V1 plus M2 V2. Total momentum before the collision is equal to total momentum after the collision. And one more thing here, as the gun recoils with 0.4 meter per second, whenever the gun recoils, how it will travel? It will travel opposite direction. As it will travel in opposite direction, we have written minus symbol here for the velocity of the recoiling gun. Okay, na? So all these data we will substitute here. So if you substitute with all these units, you will get the unit at last very easily, m1. So we will substitute now. m1, what is m1? 3000 kg. 3000 kg into u1 is 0 plus m2 is 5 kg into u2 is 0, which is equal to m1. Again m1 is 3000 kg. v1 is what is v1 is minus 0.4 meter per second into minus 0.4 meter per second. Okay, now so I'll write it in a square bracket. What is m2? m2 is 5 kg. v2 we have to calculate, so I'll write v2. Now what we will do, we will multiply 3000 kg into 0 is 0 plus 5 kg into 0 is 0 is equal to 3000 kg into 0.4 meter per second can be written as 3000 kg into e minus 0.4 second ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ minus 4 divided by 10 meter per second plus 5 v2 kg. Okay, na? This 0 get cancelled. As the left side is completely 0, I'll write 0 is equal to, so what is left here? 3 into 4 is 12 minus 12, left is 1200. What is there? Kg meter per second plus 5 v2 to kg. I had written the data at last. Here kg gets cancelled. As I want to calculate this v2, I'll write v2 here itself is equal to 5. I'll send to the denominator of left hand side. What it will become? 1200. Unit is meter per second divided by 5. So we will divide it. 5 1 ja 5, 5 2 ja 10, 2 is left, so it will become 20, 5 4 ja 20. So what? So last is 0 left, so I'll write it as 240 meter per second. See, as the unit itself it has come. Andre derive ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದೆ. What is that? Velocity of a shell. So with this velocity, shell will travel after the firing. Is it clear? I hope you have understood this problem.